So, have you ever been with a man who seemed to be the perfect partner in public? He was charming, supportive, and always attentive, but behind closed doors, he was distant and emotionally unavailable. It's him, not you, and he knows it. This is part 14 of a 48-part series I'm doing based on Robert Greene book, The 48 Laws of Power, with a focus on how men use manipulation to control women. So let's talk about the 14th law for power. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. In relationships, this looks like the avoidantly attached man. He draws you in with warmth and affection when it suits him, but as soon as you start getting closer, he pulls away. His distance isn't emotional, it's strategic. He gives you just enough attention to keep you hooked, but when you need him the most, he's nowhere to be found. Over time, you begin to realize he's not really invested in your emotional needs. Instead, he's learning your triggers, your fears, and your vulnerabilities, information he uses to maintain control. At first, it seems like the ideal partner. He knows how to turn on the charm, says all the right things, and make you feel special in front of others. He appeals to value you in the relationship, but behind the facade, he's carefully guarding himself, ensuring he never becomes dependent on you. When you try to have deeper conversations or express your feelings, he shuts down, changes the subject, and accuses you of being too demanding or needy. For example, you might try to address something that's been bothering you, only for him to stonewall you, pretending he didn't hear you, and brushing it off. Maybe he'll mention that you're too sensitive or always looking for problems. Over time, you start to believe that you're the issue, when in reality, he's avoiding intimacy to keep the power dynamic in his favor. So what happens to you over time? The constant push and pull begins to wear you down. His emotional distance forces you to work harder for his attention, leaving you feeling exhausted, anxious, and constantly second guessing yourself. You might find yourself obsessing over small details, trying to figure out what you did wrong to make him pull away. Your self-esteem starts to erode as you begin to internalize the belief that you're not good enough, and it could be your just be better or less demanding. He'd love you the way he did in the beginning. You become trapped in a cycle of emotional dependency, constantly trying to recreate the connection that once seemed so real. The more distant he becomes, the more desperate you feel to get back to the version of him that made you feel special. You might need to start you might even start to neglect your own needs, prioritizing his comfort and emotions above your own, hoping that if you do everything right, he'll stop pulling away. But no matter how much you give, he never truly opens up. This kind of emotional manipulation keeps you in a constant state of insecurity, craving emotional connection he strategically hold for you. So, ladies, have you ever been in a relationship with a man's hot and cold behavior left you feeling emotionally dependent? How did it affect your confidence? And if you were able to leave that relationship, how did you break free? Follow me for more on how manipulation is used in relationships.